Hey, so I got a pretty positive reception last time I did this, so I'm doing this again. Except instead of drawing myself, I'll be drawing my OCs into webtoon panels. I've picked 3 more webtoon originals. Next time I will be doing Canvas series, so if you're a Canvas creator and you want me to include your series in one of these videos, pay attention to my Twitter and Instagram. I mean, it won't be anytime soon, but hey. Before I get started, I'll do a brief disclaimer like last time. The panels I'll be picking are from later reps, but I won't be discussing any spoilers. Also,
you might have noticed I'm tracing here. As Love to Draw Manga says in her videos, I'm just doing this for fun, and if I didn't, the art would be in my style rather than the comics. It wouldn't look convincing. I'm not trying to claim this is all my art, I'm just having fun here.
Also, I just want to add that this series is inspired by Love to Draw Manga's series, so make sure to check out her channel as well. Now with that out of the way, let's begin. So the first series I'm doing is Jackson's Diary by Paola Batalla. I'm very sorry if I said that wrong, by the way. The series is in the supernatural category, but honestly I think it's better fit for the drama category since most of it is high school drama pretty much. The story follows Jackson, who has just transferred to a new high school and drama ensues. There's also a guy with superpowers. The OC I'm drawing here is my OC Atsuki Morikawa from a project that is still a huge whip, but basically it's about magical girls. Since Atsuki's fairly 80s/90s themed, I figured that he'd fit quite well into the comic, since it's set in 1989. I couldn't draw him in any of the high school scenes though, since he's a 30-year-old man. It'd be weird to have him just randomly hanging out in a high school, so I instead drew him at this music shop. Back to the comic, I'd honestly describe it as a drama with supernatural stuff in the background. With me, high school drama stories can be pretty hit or miss. Either way, they're all camp to me. It just depends if I find the drama entertaining enough to want to keep reading. If you're like me, give this comic a chance and see if you like it. If you do, awesome. If you don't, also awesome. I have to say, I am a really big fan of this comic's art style. It was definitely the first thing that caught my attention. This didn't go too bad, I think it came out decent enough. Drawing it in other styles is so hard, even when tracing. The next comic I'll be drawing an OC into is Cursed Princess Club by Lambcat. Now if you've been following me on my social media, or even seen some of my videos, you know that I've been a little obsessed with this comic recently. I have many feelings, but I'll keep it concise for this video's sake. The good thing here is that I actually have a few CPC OCs, but I've really only posted about 2 of them. I'm drawing my OC Princess Avery. It took me a while to find a scene I liked, by the way. I could have drawn my other OC Lawrence, but Avery's design is less complex and I was feeling lazy as usual. Plus, I'm working on a different thing for Lawrence anyway. So, Cursed Princess Club is about a princess named Gwen and her sisters who get engaged, but Gwen's fiancé thinks she's ugly, so she runs off to a forest and joins a club of cursed princesses. That may sound weird, and you may see the comedy logo and scoff at this comic, but trust me, this comic has some of the best life lessons and most interesting, well-written characters I've seen on this entire platform. Please give this comic a chance. I didn't think I would get hyperfixated on something like this, but here we are. I really could go on all day. Maybe I'll make a video essay or something. It's also nice to read a royalty comic that isn't one of those reincarnated as the villainess comics or whatever. No offense if y'all are into that, but it's a bit overdone in my opinion. If you were wondering, Avery's curse is that they are princess by day and prince by night. Gender envy, am I right? Ha ha ha. I honestly wasn't really happy with how this one was coming out, although the shading was fun. I don't really like the final product either, but oh well, what can you do? The final series I am doing is Lily Crown by Diggy Mungo. This is the newest and also the least popular out of the bunch here, and also the most underrated. I wanted to pick a more underrated comic as well as a slightly newer one. The series is about a girl named Lily who becomes a queen, gets 2 knights, and gets into political warfare. What's important to know is that this comic has a lot of buff people, so if you like buff people, hey. For this one I drew my OC, Johanna, who's from a novel that is so whip I can't even say anything about it. Johanna is a bartender who is also a size shifter pretty much. Because she's buff, I thought she'd fit in here, and also alcohol. So, back to the comic. This one has absolutely amazing art and fantastic fight scenes. Like, damn, look at this shit. Also, just like Cursed Princess Club, does something new with the whole royalty concept, although a lot more action and political based. This comic has a lot of cool character designs. I love Lily's design especially, very cool and badass. This comic really has so much potential, definitely give it a shot y'all, it deserves way more subs. Also, as an FYI, I hate that I have the hots for this guy, he reminds me of like an evil Jackson or something. The art was pretty fun to work on. I think it turned out the best out of all the comics here. Once again, doing different types of shading is teaching me a lot. I feel like I've been drawing so many buff people recently. And that's a wrap. Once again, my fave out of the bunch. Thanks for watching and see you next time for some Canvas series.
Father, when can I leave to be on my own? I've got the whole world to